Welcome to the YouTube channel of Legal Aid Trust. This video is one of the series of educational videos that will be available on this channel under the category General Awareness.
In today's topic, we will be talking about rental agreements. Now, what is this rental agreement or a rent agreement? A rent agreement is an agreement between a landlord and a tenant. A landlord is a person who owns the property and a tenant is a person who takes the property on rent. Generally, they enter into an agreement for a period of 11 months. Why this 11 months? I will tell you in the course of my lecture. Now, this rent agreement is governed by the Rent Control Act. It is usually the norm for the landlord and tenant to enter into a 11-month rental agreement. Now, why is this rental agreement required? The rental agreement is governed by a central law, which is the Rent Control Act 1948. It is also governed by the Registration Act 1908. And in Karnataka, we have the Rent Control Act 2010. The Central Act applies, and wherever the states have their state laws, the state laws will apply. Now, usually the landlord and tenant enter into an agreement, and this agreement has to be in writing. According to Section 17 of the Registration Act, it stipulates that if a rent agreement is for a period of 12 months or more, it needs to be registered. Now, that is why a landlord and tenant make it convenient not to register it, so they keep it for 11 months. Hence, usually the rent agreement is always for a period of 11 months. Now, this 11-month rent agreement is perfectly valid. So, if the agreement is for a period of 12 months or more, it needs to be registered. If it is not registered, then the agreement is not valid. But if it is a 11-month agreement, it is perfectly valid. And even if the time elapses, that is after a period of 11 months, the agreement continues to subsist. That is, the agreement continues to remain legal until it is terminated by one of the parties, that is either the landlord or the tenant. Now, who should get it registered? Usually the responsibility is on the landlord, but the landlord would not want to incur extra cost on the registration. Hence, he passes on the responsibility to the tenant. So if the tenant wants it registered, he must get it registered. Or if you can mutually agree upon, then you can share the cost. This is totally between the parties. The registration cost usually is a nominal amount. In Karnataka, for a 10-year lease period or a rent period, it is 0.5% of the annual rental value, which is the registration fee, and 1% is the stamp duty. Now, to do this, you need to go to the sub-registrar's office, get it registered. So to avoid all these cumbersome procedures, it is usually not registered, entered into for a period of 11 months to keep it convenient between the parties. Now, once it is entered into the rent agreement, whether it is registered or not registered, if one of the parties die, then their legal heirs are entitled to the rights and liabilities under the rent agreement. Under the rent agreement, a landlord can evict a tenant for any wrongdoing, or if he violates the terms and conditions, or if he sublets, or for any of the violation of law. That is why it becomes very important that the rent agreement contains specific clauses which are very specific to the tenant and the landlord. Some of the important clauses that needs to be put into a rent agreement are the tenure, the security deposit, the monthly rent that needs to be paid, the enhancement in rent, at what period, at what rate, then who are the occupants, for what purpose it is going to be used, what is the premises that is being let out, and maintenance of property. These are some of the clauses that needs to be mentioned in the rent agreement. Hence, it is suggested that the landlord and tenant or the tenant, while entering into a rental agreement, put these clauses specifically. Usually what the landlord or tenant will do is, they either go to the nearby DTP center or to a typist, or they themselves download it from the internet and fill up the details and enter into it. These clauses which are not tailor-made, which are not specific to you, both the landlord and tenant, may later on cause problems in case there is a dispute. That is why it is suggested that you visit a qualified legal professional who will advise you and put in clauses, that is the terms of the rent agreement, which is very specific to you. And tomorrow, if or later on, if there is any dispute, then you can go by the clauses mentioned in the rent agreement, and there wouldn't be any dispute or one-sided clauses which are being put in the rent agreement.
Hope the information contained in this video was useful to you. We look forward to each one of your support and cooperation in making this initiative a success. For more details about the trust, do visit us at www.legalaidtrust.in. Kindly click on the bell icon to subscribe this channel and stay updated about various law-related educational videos. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.